All right, I had to sit down in the sun. Let me sit down in the shade for a minute. Whew. Catch this Chevy S10 right here. You know, I got a lot of footage from the truck nationals about the cyclone and the typhoon. So it's real impressive. I like this, man. It's a Chevy 350. You got it dropped up in here. You know, it's very nice, man. You know, it's impressive, man. Yeah, it's nice, man. You don't have to do that. You had no, oh, that's yours? Oh, his father's? He didn't have no fitment issues getting it in there? I see with the fan, right.
They probably, what he probably did was, this probably was forward down, and he eliminated that through the motor and
Nah, this wasn't front wheel drive.
yeah, huh?
This wasn't front wheel drive.
These come forward drive.
Oh, this is four wheel drive.
You
Wow.
eliminated.
So you took the transfer case out?
Yeah, you could transfer. Take everything, the transfer case out, everything. You can put it two-wheel drive.
All right.
That's what they did with it.
So that's the only problem you have right there. There's no shroud, so you run off these electric fans? Because you no space for a shroud or a mechanical fan? Okay.
Nah, they did it right.
See that?
Yeah, they did it
yeah,
right.
I see that. You think about running, there's what's called Evercool, something that Jay Leno uses. It's basically no water, it's a waterless system. You just pour it in there and the ingredient, you know, that might be what you need, you know, because, yeah, that's what I'm saying. For another row radiator, you're not gonna have the space unless you're gonna put like an ancillary one. You can do that too. Like you see where these ribbons work, you get a cooler like that. But you know, the back they give you some extra cooling. But you should try that waterless cooling. I mean, I don't think I gotta look it up because Jay Leno uses it a lot in his cars. Because I was thinking about doing something like this because I had two of these. I had two of these S10s. I had the GMC Jimmy and I had the Oldsmobile. And then I had, 3 and 350s is easy. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying because just the stock motor, everything is the same anyway. For the 4.3 and the 350, water pump, all of the bolts are the same. I just,
put headers on, you gotta get.
Yeah, right, for the steering column, right.
It gotta be like a certain header, like a small header or something that goes around.
Right. Because you're not gonna clear that steering column, right? That's why, yeah.
Kind of tight,
Well, other than that, man, it's nice. I mean,
he's an older guy already. It's good enough for him, All we need is a rear. It's not posy rear.
No, because what happens is, in these, that's 7 1/4. Stock 7 1/4.
Yeah, but it's only one side.
Yeah, I know, but your stock 7 1/4 is garbage. You're gonna have to get like, you gotta get like a GM10 bolt. But you got to get one that's like from a Corvette or something like that, because the Corvette. But see, but I'm telling you, like, because the housing on a Corvette or a Camaro, it's going to be the same width.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if it's going to be for a Corvette, it's going to be a heavy duty rear end. So, cause this is 7 1/4. This is not really meant to be like the hauling ass. This is just meant to be a family truckster. You know, maybe put a tow hitch on it, because this hitch, this rear end was the same rear end they would put in that if you got a V6, or they would put in the dude down there's got a 442, that G body. That's the same stock rear end that you get in that 7 1/4. So once you start putting heat to it, it's not really meant for that. But that's what I'm saying. They make the same rear end with the same width, because other than that, you'd have to start shaving things and then start fabbing all that. I'm just saying pick and pull. You go find a Corvette C3, something like that, pick and pull. Yeah, all you gotta do is, you may have to weld up because this thing's set up for leaf springs and then set up for coil, but all that is about welding perches on it. So you bring it to your guy, fab up some perches, it was like that, and then you can, run like that. But other than that, like like I said, the cooling issues, try that waterless.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Waterless coolant. You still got power brakes. That's still good. I had to ditch that ABS because I couldn't figure out how to bleed it without that GM Tech tool.
Yeah.
So, because I was upstate, and the dude, he fired me from the job, and I'm taking my car, so I'm going home, and there's a traffic circle up there on the road. It's called Crumbkill Road. The Jeep stopped short on me. I stepped on the brakes, and I lost both lines, front and rear, right? So there's a tractor trailer behind me. I'm like, oh shit. I'm gonna die.
You bang into him?
No, because he kept going,
Okay.
and I was able to
like coast yourself.
But I had to come off the highway, and I didn't have any brakes. So then there was like a cul-de-sac that was like right next to the exit. So I pulled off the cul-de-sac, and the good thing it was an SUV, because I pulled up into the dirt, and I used the tree trunk to stop me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you won't hurt nothing.
Yeah, it won't hurt nothing, hurt nobody either, you know.
Yeah.
So then I just turned the truck around, and I just called the AAA to come take me home. But both the line for the rear, it rusted out right about here. And the line for the front, it rusted out like right about here when it runs against the frame
We
rail.
have a little issue with this tire. Like once the brake is hot, it starts grinding.
Yeah.
And we've already changed the fluid, the calipers, the brake, everything, and it's still doing the same shit.
You change the calipers and
everything, the brakes, the calipers, everything.
You change the master cylinder is bad then.
Probably.
Yeah, because if it's just this tire, you change the hose.
No, we haven't changed any.
Oh, you guys
we just bled it out and put new fluid in it. And
well, yeah. Well, if it's just this tire, you change the hose, because what happens is, even though the hose looks good,
it might be clogged up at times.
No, what happens is the hose looks good on the outside when you're looking at it, but the hose is bound on the inside. So on the inside, it's like it'll back up, so it'll wear out like that. So to prevent the fluid from going back to the master cylinder. Hose ain't nothing, man. Don't even do that. Don't stress it. Hose like $12 at AutoZone. So when you do that, you're supposed to do all that shit at the same time, just because that shit is a pain in the ass. So when you do the piston, when you do the calipers, do the hoses too. When it's of age like this, just because it's real stupid for you to.
We thought that it's probably because sometimes when you don't drive, but this thing don't come out at all.
Yeah, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't, because as long as the seals. Yeah, as long as the seals is good and everything. But what happens is when the hose get old, the inside of the hose deteriorates. Yeah, it looks good, but on the inside you get the deterioration, and then that keeps the fluid from going back to the master cylinder. Because other than that, I was gonna say you got to be careful with these. You don't got to be careful, but what happens is when you go get them and they say they're rebuilt, these master cylinders, they're not really 100%. They're just, dude, he looked it over, bing, bang, boom, put it back in the box, and then send it back to you. Now you go to AutoZone. Yeah, and it's still defective. You see that a lot with alternators.
Yeah, I don't like.
You'll see a lot. Yeah, so if you can find a guy, but I don't know Jersey like that. But it's like used to be guys that would do that stuff.
So my uncle's a professional GM mechanic for 40 years.
Yeah, so if he got the bushing kit for the GM alternators and the starters and all that stuff.
What was that again? It's called the waterless cooling?
Yeah, it should be waterless cooling. Look that up, man, and look up Jay Leno, because he puts that in his whole rides. So
okay, that's what he's using on everything.
Yeah, because they come to him first to hock it, and he tests to see if it's any good. It might just keep you from overheating.
It doesn't overheat, but it runs hot.
Like how hot though?
Hotter than it should. Like
you get in the twos?
It's in the twos almost.
All right. Well, another thing you do, because you already got two fans here.
Yeah, they kick in, I think, at 180 or some shit like that.
All right. Then what you could do is you can add a fan in the front right about here.
To suck more air to
push air through, and then what you can do also, if you got space here on the cluster. Yeah, you got some space. You can make a switch somewhere. Make a toggle switch.
That's what we had with a switch, but then we put them.
Yeah, they can run off a relay or a circuit too, but if you run off a toggle switch.
Well, the front one we could put off a switch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You run the front one off a switch, just remember to turn it off because it'll drain the battery,
Well, we unplug the battery every night. Okay. Pull that off.
All right, yeah. So,
that makes I'm telling that. Put a fan in front,
you can put it just to push more air through it, because when you don't have a shroud, what happens is you only notice it in the city, right? See, in the highway you don't feel it, because you got enough air going through.
Yeah, of course,
But in the highway,
driving it from 3 blocks away to here, it was already hot.
Yeah, see, so you might want to add another fan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, like I said, check your coolant, make sure it's 50-50.
Yeah, of course.
Because other than that, you got a stereo in it.
Huh?
You got a stereo in it?
Oh yeah, nothing major. I do stereo. That's what I do. I've done 3 blazers already.
All right. I saw the capacitor on the battery cable. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Yeah, it's subtle.
Yeah.
But it's good though, man. You got the aftermarket tail lights. I had those in. I didn't really like those because yours may be different, but mine's in illuminating red. They illuminated some type of orange.
Oh yeah.
So I was like,
You try putting a red bulb in it with the red bulb.
I would
Sometimes.
have. Yeah, I got them in storage now. So if I go back to it, what I did, I just put some stock ones back on.
Yeah, because
You
my
know.
friend had that problem. He put like a white bulb in it and it
Yeah.
lit up pink.
Yeah.
So
Right. That was it. It was like
you got
pinky.
to put a red bulb in it
Yeah.
so it'll light
Okay.
up
All right.
red with the red.
I'll try that next time.
Yep.
You know.
All right, man.
Yeah, bro.
Be
You
safe,
too.
man. Nice
Yeah.
talking to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Consider that though.
Yeah,
William.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right. This is my man. This is his daddy's. This is his pops S10. You know. S10, man. If you want, this is a perfect car to start in. You know. This is a perfect car to start in if you need some rear-wheel drive General Motors car. Now I want to show you. There's another. I'm over here, so I want to show you another row GM cars. I want to show you this Monte Carlo right here. This is 1971. 1971 Monte Carlo. Look at this. You can differentiate the 71 from the 72. 72 won't have the knight on the hood ornament. And the 72 will have a stand-up hood ornament here. Look at this engine bay. It's just like the that 71 Charger RT. Look how far back the engine sets. I mean, this is a V8 engine. The way this engine set up with this shroud, 1, 2, and basically 3 extensions on the fan shroud, you would think that this motor was a V16, a V12. You know, this is almost a whole foot of unneeded space, even if you did get it with the big block. So, it's got air conditioning, power brakes. It's pretty. You know, these dark reds, I love them. Two-tone on the wheels. Disc brakes. Disc brakes. Wooden steering wheel. You know, just walk right through my shot, don't say nothing. Oh, look at that. See? I don't show you the subwoofers. What I want to show you is that was the rear defroster for 1971. So that rear defroster is just a fan. It's a fan from the front blowing hot air at the windshield in the back. See that? This is 1971. So, JC, man, that's burp. No, because when you look at that 71 Oldsmobile Delta 88, and he had the electric rear windshield defrost. You know, that's something that somebody put in because that wasn't OEM equipment. That's OEM equipment. You know, you got ductwork and they're blowing hot air at the glass. You know. You know what they do is, see the ductwork runs under the center console, and then right under the rear seat, up through, and then it blows hot air from the blower motor that's right there. Same blower motor in the front, plus ductwork under the center console, under the rear seat, right up to heat the window. It's 1971. Yeah. I'll show you some more stuff from the Chevrolet row. 66 Impala. I can see it. As long as you got more than one.
Okay, why doesn't it say what the year is? What
66.
Year? Thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay, I was fine. So.
Chevy 350. Okay, this is good, see? It's got the dual cylinder brake conversion in here, power brakes. It's got power steering.
All right, where do you tell how many cylinders it is?
Oh, you just count. Got spark plug wires.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But it's a V8 though, so.
A V8, right? Okay. Yeah, most cars were.
Yeah.
Have a good day, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I like those torque thrust wheels. Those are real nice. Gunmetal gray. All right. Nice. You know, another impressive part was in the Chevrolets, they made that cluster so big and the numbers so large. Right? Around this time, same thing for the Cadillac. But in the 70s, the Cadillac made the cluster so small. You know, the car is huge, it's long. The car is huge as a tree. Nice stance with these wheels on it. Nice stance. Wait, Mr. Postman. 66. Now I'm going to show you a 68. This is 68 over here. Oh, I should have did it in order. But don't worry about it. It's a 68 right here. It says 327 in it, but $327. Now, this is Impala. If you had a Caprice, the Chevrolet bow tie will have a crown on it, and there was an option you can get headlight covers, but it would come down like that. So you pull a switch, and the headlight switch will come down, the doors will come down.
Watch his asshole.
17 rallies. See that? Interesting. 17-inch rallies. You know, it feels real good. It's got the nice buckets in it. Good stitch on the buckets. Yeah, two-door hardtop. This window goes down, and this entire passage is free with air. I like this roof line, the C-pillar. It's real nice. 17s in the back too, yeah. A little tasteful, man. See, that's what I'm telling you, man. A larger wheel can really bring out the profile in these larger vehicles from the 60s and 70s. But it still has to be functional enough that you can put a functional tire on it. So 16, 17, 18, real good, man. Real good look. So, all right. I like this. See, good body work too. You know, because it says he painted the rear of the car with the trunk lid off. A lot of times the guys, they'll close the deck lid and they'll paint the trunk of the car. Then when you open it up, you see all this overspray and rust and crust all up in here, remnants of Bondo. Real sweet, man, real sweet. You know, you see? Look at this. So he hung this trunk lid on a hook and then painted it. That's why you don't see the orange peel even on the inside. It's good work, good work. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's he got back there? Oh, he's got some Rockford Fosgate amps and some subs back there, and look like a multi-farad capacitor. Oh, he's got, is that lighted paneling? Probably is, I don't know. But carpeted. Yeah. Look at this. Look how huge this panel is. Woo. Look how huge this panel is, man. Normally, they'd give you a buttress here, and so your sail panel would be like 3 or 4 inches. This is almost a good 1.5 feet. I'm telling you, man. GM styling, you know, their styling was on top in the late in the 1960s. Jeez. You know. Yeah, it looks real clean on the inside, even with the aftermarket stereo. Looks real clean. You know, it fits real well, man. That aftermarket stereo right there. Of course. So this is a 1968, right? Now there's one more in this trio. It's behind me. It's a 1967 right here. This is 1967. You know, once again, man after my own heart. Craig R. Super Sports. What's he got in here? Okay, he's got there's a big block.
I drove.
You know,
And that's what I
it's 396. Oh, an Impala SS. Okay. It's a 396, so 6 liter.
What happened was the mother died. The kid's mother died.
Yeah, but still got the one pot on it. Don't like that.
He passed away because his daughter died. So the kid wound up with all this stuff. And I went.
I love this paint job. It's a metallic blue.
I do a more
I don't know.
detail, you know. And afterwards, I spoke to the kid.
I really got to get this paint coat. What color is this?
And I work in motor vehicles like I always
There's this color.
And the next day I put the title right away. In case
This color, this paint coat.
Been with me 30 years. 30 years.
It's got a Super Sport. Damn, 14 Super Sport. Right?
I discovered that last night.
14 Super
You know,
Sport.
I started with a little chip and I started messing with it. I said, you know what? I'll just take it all off. But mostly everything is original.
So, he's got his toys in there from the era. Aftermarket radio, a little cheap radio. I would take that thing out because that's. I mean, I know he wants a tape deck in there, but you can find. I don't know, it looks like a Sparkomatic radio to me, so it's mirror. It's got to be realigned. It's touching the body. It should be out here off from the body.
This car has been well kept, so I don't really have to do too much.
It's got pretty on the handle, but the paintwork is great though, man.
It's mostly all original, bro.
So,
And it's
what's he got? He's got at least 14s in the rear too. So,
Monty, 122 from factory. The original Monty that came with him.
yeah, so he's got a Muncie. Oh yeah, so he got a Muncie 4-speed in there.
Yeah, the one that came with the original car.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Only
Looking
thing
sweet.
I redid the motor and the what you call them, the carburetor cords.
Yeah, these are 14s also.
You know, tires I changed. It's just you buying an altercation. But I could drive this to California. This thing.
What color?
Modify the pistons.
What color code is this?
Huh?
What color code is this?
Oh, I don't know. I have it written down.
This is beautiful.
But this is the original Chevy color on it.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man. I mean,
you know, the interior, look, it's all intact. You know. Very cool stuff.
Yeah,
I was gonna bring my Challenger, but
big buckets. Got the big butt buckets, real good.
You know. The Challenger is cool, but the thing, my son and my daughter was supposed to drive my car, and I was gonna bring my friend too. And, you know, man,
Another
these kids are going to beach today.
another upgrade because it's got the electric rear window defrost.
Yeah, that's original too, from factory.
Yeah.
All came from factory.
You had to pay for this.
Yeah.
You had to pay up extra for this.
Yeah, and it came with air conditioning too.
Ah.
But I took the compressor out, but the what you call them is still on there. The condensers and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Dual exhaust. This paint is beautiful. It's color. I gotta get this color code, man.
I still didn't get to the bathroom.
I've got to get this color code. Yeah, so I showed you a 66 Impala, 68, and this is a 67.
65.
A 65?
Yeah.
Oh, my fault, man. I thought this was a 67. Jeez. 65. Oh, I'm upset now. The 65 is more attractive than the 66. I gotta figure out what the hell was a 67 then. Anybody here got a 67? I'm sounding just as bad as classic 718. This is a 65, and that's a 66. That 66 is sad sack. I mean, based on the grill, you know. I think in 66 they lost sales to Ford, but in 65 they may have won. But I still love the paint job though. I gotta see if I can find a 67 here. Probably is.